Hey guys, this is Tiffany, 1/3 of Inspire Fire, and I'm so happy that you're joining us for our podcast, Soul Filling, a place you can come to feel fed. Here, we're going to get real, we're going to get honest, and we're going to expose the truth on the situations that we all go through. We're helping you grow as we help each other grow. Oh, and fair warning, we also get ratchet.
Welcome back to another episode of Soul Filling.
Soul
Filling. This is your girl, Jasmine, aka Kobe.
Tiffany.
Jasmine, aka Jazz.
Today's episode, we are talking about focus. This is the time of the year where this is a final push. We set goals at the beginning of the year. Mm-hmm. Life happened. You probably haven't achieved them or fell off. Yeah, it's time to get back in and get focused.
Y'all better get y'all Kobe on, or your LeBron on if you a LeBron fan, or your KD on. Okay, we're not gonna give them the sports.
So today, what we want to share with you guys is how to stay focused.
Yes.
Tips that we need to implement ourselves, but also something that will help you get to your dreams and your goals faster.
Exactly.
So don't give up. So let's dive right into it.
Alrighty. So first tip I think we should address when staying focused is distractions, y'all. Mm-hmm. We have to eliminate those distractions. That's one of the most
there's so many distractions.
It's so many distractions. It's like little detours, roadblocks, speed bumps, stop signs, red lights. It's just distraction after upon distraction in today's society. And going deeper into things we actually face. TV is a distraction. Mm-hmm. Social media can be a distraction. Mm-hmm. Bad eating habits could be a distraction.
Yeah. I think it's going to look different for everybody. You just have to know what your distractions are, what your weaknesses are.
Mm-hmm. Right. I know for me, I don't know, I feel like I'm always talking about a man. I need to stop that. But I'm just such a lover, and I think I just love so much that when there's someone I'm interested in, I just put everything to the back burner. When he has time, I'm there. Right. And I probably shouldn't make myself so available, but that is a huge distraction. There's places I know I want to be in my life, in my career, in my entrepreneurship. And the fact is, when a man comes to my life and he distracts me from my goals, it puts it on the back burner. Mm-hmm. So you need to, if he is a distraction, you need to eliminate him, because other men and friends, they could actually motivate you
and help you build and grow. Yes.
So you got to find that balance. But
so true.
Yeah.
It's okay to be selfish with your time.
Right.
Yes.
I'm sorry I can't do that today. I got some business to handle.
Exactly.
That is so true. Because I actually dealt with a man who was like that. Now I should probably take tips from him, because he made sure if he had something to do, he was doing it, and I'm like, holla. You don't want to
hang out with me, right?
Don't you need you could just do that another day.
Make a little time.
Right. You know what I mean? But that's what for the right person, I guess you could do, you do make time, but you do need to make sure that you stay on top of what you need to do to get to your goals, because otherwise you're not going to be happy, because that person can't make you happy. Only you can make you happy. And I know reaching your goals is something that makes people happy.
Yeah. Yes, I agree completely.
So what's another distraction?
Just idle time, doing nothing. People just
That's so true. Sometimes I literally
just lay there and do nothing. It's an hour, 2 hours.
When I park in my car, I literally stay in there for 10 minutes just scrolling through Instagram. I don't know. It's so stupid. And I be talking to myself dude, just go inside.
Right.
Yes.
But you do need to be aware of those distractions.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's so true. Or just putting everything in front of what you need to be doing. The littlest things. It's I need to clean this. I need to wash those dishes. I need to go organize this. I need to do laundry. Right. So you're just putting everything in front of that big thing that you need to do. So I remember once, I can't remember if this was Les Brown or Bob Proctor, Earl Nightingale, one of the famous philosophers that teach wealth. They actually stated, whenever you have a to-do list, put your largest things on the top and put all of the small things. So if it's like write a to-do list, and most people, we get out of hand, we write like a 50 thing to-do list, a 20 thing to-do list, even that may be too large. So get 5 things.
3, yeah, right.
5 to 3 things. Put the most important thing. And before you even attack, like if it's wash your car, pay your light bill, research for this, you need to organize, categorize them, which one's most important, and then which one's going to take you the most time. Put the one that's the biggest chunk on the top of your to-do list. Take care of that. And eliminate all the distractions of, I'm going to do this before I do that, I'm going to do this before I do that. And you'll just keep taking yourself of actually doing what you need to be doing.
That is an awesome tip. That is so funny that you said that. So funny because my friend from Howard I'm on social media, but just posted that.
Wow.
And said that to put the biggest thing that you need to do first on the list and get that out the way. That is so. Well, she said something about eat the frog first. I never heard that in my life before, but it sounds difficult, so she put that first. But that's crazy. It's so crazy that y'all both said that. I feel like that's something that people really need to know.
God. Yeah. So y'all definitely do that. So did y'all want to add anything to eliminating distractions? Because I think we pretty much tackled that one.
Well, I just have a question.
Okay.
Because, even though I know that social media is, one of my main distractions, I know it, so what do I do to actually...
You would have to delete the app. I would say just delete it off your phone for a few weeks or until you get whatever you need to do done. If you know that you can't not, go into that app or go to it.
Right.
Exactly.
Some people need that type of extreme. What I would do, and everybody's different. You have to find which method works best for you, because that you may need to go cold turkey and just detox yourself from that. I would become aware that you need this, set a time or amount of hours. Maybe you say, I'm only going to spend 3 hours on social media a day. You don't have to necessarily spend all 3 right then and there, but you need to break it down. Okay, I'm going to do an hour this time and before 12 noon. I'll only end up spending maybe 2 hours, no more than an hour. And say if you spend 10 minutes, 30 minutes, you can add those up and make that be an hour.
Right.
And then say I'll only spend X amount of hours after dinner on social media, so you don't get consumed in it. And when you're in social media, be aware that you're there, enjoy every moment, the picture, and then
so stupid.
You really have to engage in whatever it is you're doing, whether you're eating healthy or eating bad. You just have to be in that moment, be engaged in whatever you're doing while you're there, because you set yourself that time to be in that space. So so be in that space 100% fully, and then when it's time to detract from that space or retract from that space, you completely take yourself out of it, and it's a time and a place for everything.
Right. What Jasmine's been pounding at us is she's been reading this book. What is it called?
Oh, asking yourself the right questions.
Asking yourself the right questions. And go ahead and explain it, because...
Oh my God. So this book I just recently started last month. Yeah, late last month. It has really changed my life. It's called Asking the Right Questions, and I forget the name of the author right now, but I'll come back to y'all and find that out if y'all want to know that information. But it has really changed my life, because literally it makes you go into your inner world and ask yourself consciously, is this decision? So you ask yourself a question before you're about to partake in anything. So say our topic is to be focused, right? So if you were trying to focus on eating a healthier having a healthier lifestyle, right before you're driving through in the Chick-fil-A drive-through, about to get your X or Y, you ask yourself, is this quest that I'm about to take, is it going to help me live that healthier lifestyle, or is it going to subtract from that healthier lifestyle? Is this going to help me propel my business, or is this going to subtract from my business? Is this going to help me save money in my savings account, or is this going to subtract the money in my savings account? So you ask yourself these questions right before you make any action. You literally consciously take yourself out before you make a choice or a decision.
Right. I like that. And that doesn't mean that you have to always be on top of your business, even though you should be, but you do need that time to relax. So when you're say, should I take this nap, even though you might feel like it's wasting time, if it's gonna better your mental,
right?
If you need to get rest, okay, you can take that nap. You can watch TV for a second. You can just lay it around for a second. You just have to ask yourself, is that gonna be good for you in the long run or in the short run?
So, anybody want to elaborate or add to that?
I do want to add something to distractions, because I was talking to this lady, and she did grad school, or she completed school, and she had to take an exam, a certification exam, and she looked up in 5 years had went by, and she still hadn't taken this certification.
That's me.
The test for the certification. So I know sometimes family. She was talking about just, life and her family, her husband, her kid, family can be a distraction.
Right.
It can be.
And I was talking to someone else, and they were saying, my mom, my dad, things going on with my mom, my dad, my kids, this is going, just, they have so much going on. They're taking care of themselves, their husband, their kids, and then if they have older parents, their parents. So sometimes just all of that can get in your way.
I totally agree with that.
What do you do?
To the solution, to what do you do, I like to add to that part, because one of my coaches, shout out to my coaches, they really been like some huge mentors in my life, along my life. Well, my coach, so of course she was bringing these students, these group of girls from all different parts of the world to this location to play basketball and get paid to go to school. So a lot of things would happen while we were away at school. Things with family emergencies would happen, or issues would go down, deaths in the family, illnesses with parents. And so I do remember it was one of my teammates in particular, she had like a huge family emergency, and she was just gonna like drop out on school and go back home and help her family. And my coach was like, she gave a really wise answer that made me put life into perspective, like just view things very, very differently, because she stated to the girl, she was like, if you go home, you won't be able to be a part of the solution. You won't be able to help by being at home, because although it seems like your presence is going to help being there, you'll be better off finishing your education here, like persevering and succeeding in whatever you're mastering here, because that's the only way you're going to be able to truly help them ultimately in the end.
That's so true.
So I was just like, that is so true. And like, I had that same mindset, thinking like, if I just go home, I can make everything better. But you really can't, because only people can make themselves better.
Right.
So by you becoming the best version of you, like Michael Jackson said, shout out to him, start with the man in the mirror.
That is so true.
Like that. So like by being the best you can help all those around you, because you'll either inspire them by them looking like, dang, she out here doing it on her grind, she got her stuff together.
That is inspiring.
Yeah. And so that's the way you help others outside of you. And like, say for that mother, like the story you said, if her family, like 5 years went by, had she just taken 3 years, 2 years, not granted, like family is very, very important. Children are important, but like you always say, me time is important as well too.
And if you got to take care of yourself first,
so you can have that energy to give to others.
So what did that lady end up doing? Did she tell you?
No, she's still to this
she's
day
still
hasn't. She's like, I'm going to take this test.
I hope she's listening.
So yes, that was put on my heart to say that. So I encourage, her, if she is listening, and any other mothers who are going through that. Take that time for yourself.
Yes.
Well, that has to be really hard. It's like that
tough
saying,
love. Sometimes you have to do that tough love, and so
and I can't even imagine, because I'm not a mother, but I know that a lot of mothers start to feel guilty when they put their self first. I mean, but I don't want to say it's first, but like you were saying, like you have to, in everything, you have to fix yourself first in order to help others. Like on the airplane, you have to put on your mask first.
Right. You do your child.
Right.
Exactly.
And I always like to use the cup analogy. If you have a cup and you're pouring water in it, if it's a hole at the bottom of that cup because it's not full, because it's a hole inside of you, you're going to be constantly pouring water into a cup that will never be full. Until you plug that hole, plug up you, fill you, make sure you're whole, then you can never really fill up the cup and totally live the fullness.
But I know another distraction. I don't want to keep saying these are distractions, but like losing focus ultimately comes from distraction, and they could be many different things. And I know one for me, what used to be, I'm good now, is comparing myself to others.
Yeah.
Me being on social media, like seeing my friends or people I graduated with doing things that are very cool. Like they're news anchors, they're on Access Hollywood, they're mayors. Shout out to Brandon. But you see that stuff and you start to think like, oh snap, am I supposed to be doing that? Or like, oh dang, I should be doing that. But then you really start thinking like, if you really think within yourself, like, you realize that's not your goal. You have a goal.
Calling, right.
You have a dream already. So, but a lot of times people will actually go after someone else's dream and then leave what their purpose is to drive when that's not your purpose. That's not your dream. But it's so easy to get distracted because you're like, hey, I could do that, or that was cool. And sometimes it can be your dream, but a lot of times we're just doing it because that other person's doing it or it's cool. But you have to stay focused on your dream, because you're not going to be happy living someone else's dream.
That's so
that's
true.
A huge distraction.
That is huge.
You can start applying for jobs you don't even want to apply for.
Girl, I've been there, done that.
Like, why am I doing this?
Exactly. Yes. I can totally agree with that. But
you can sometimes, like, you can kind of trick yourself into thinking that you want something that you don't actually want.
That's true.
That can even be in like relationships. Like, you could think you want to be in a relationship right now when you know good and well you need to be single.
Right, or trick yourself into thinking that this personality type, I'm compatible with him.
Right.
Knowing that y'all don't have the same views.
Knowing God,
you might need to be moved on. Right.
You know that ain't nothing on your damn to-do list. Wait, he ain't even on your list.
Right.
Of things. But yeah, you're right.
Oh, God.
That's crazy.
Yes.
So we'll tell them, how do you not compare yourself? Do you have any tips, Kobe?
I have a tip.
Because sometimes comparison is a good thing.
Yeah.
Constructive criticism.
Yeah. But I know I like to look at Oprah, or just inspiring women. The first lady.
Love her.
So
I guess I kind of see what you're saying. It's like
it's a difference between comparing yourself to others or
being inspired.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Because I get inspired by y'all. Like, I see y'all doing good. See Deborah doing good. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta hustle.
Right.
You know.
So it's the difference between, like, I guess, being envious of someone.
Yeah.
And, being inspired by somebody.
Right, that's true.
Right. I think when you're in tune with yourself, this is why it's important to know thyself. Because when you truly, truly know what it is you want, it can't be shaken. It can't be broken. You can't be strayed away to live in someone else's dream. You can't be strayed. Like, so the more you're in tune with you will know that there's no outside competitor.
What is going on? I know I have a perfect example for that. This whole you should be here stuff.
Yes. They'll get you.
Yes. Sometimes you see that stuff. What is the what is it called? World Ventures.
Yeah.
Marketing.
Yes.
Sometimes seeing that and seeing people, they traveling, they're doing this.
Right.
And you're like, I want to do that. That looks cool. And but that may not be what you were destined to do. That may not be
that's
what
their
you're
calling.
supposed to be doing.
No, that's
not yours.
Excellent. Like,
I agree.
So,
it is, because it's so easy to get swept up in the hype, because it sounds so good.
Exactly.
You end up on this whole other track that you're not
been there.
No.
and then you're like, wait.
That's so true. Because you know what? One of our friends, he was telling me about like another network marketing thing. And it works it really does work for some people.
It does.
And he was like,
I'm not knocking that.
Right. He was like, if you do this could help you get to your, this could help you put money towards your dream. But I was thinking to myself, like, I can't even put my energy into
That's
that.
taking away,
Yeah.
Right?
What you really supposed to be.
Right.
It's another distraction.
Exactly.
Right.
I need my energy to go.
That's
here.
what I'm saying. If you are so confident in yourself,
but that's the point I was trying to make.
yeah, that's so true.
Confident in yourself, stuff like that won't
Mm-hmm.
stray you.
That's just
seeing people's lives and what they're doing won't.
That's just like if
Right.
Kobe. Well, okay, I don't know why I'm like he represent Kobe because I'm not even a Kobe fan. I'm indifferent. I'm indifferent
He's
to
one of the
all
greatest.
basketball players.
Okay.
But so just okay, we're gonna just say Jordan since he ain't even.
But he don't want to do nothing for the black.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay.
Politics.
So let's just say if you were a doctor.
Uh-huh.
If you're a doctor studying to get your PhD, your MD rather, you're not going to compare yourself to the engineer because that's just not your dream. That's not your calling. That's not what you're passionate about. That's not what you're mastering. So I definitely think if you know what you want, then it will be easier for you to stay on your path and not get deterred.
You know what? I was just thinking, like, this is not on our solutions list, but I was thinking, like, in another solution is kind of like keeping that dream, that vision there. So, like, we do vision boards, or we visualize, or some people have it on their wall saying,
right,
like,
little sticky
I'm
notes in
gonna
your
be
car.
this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be that. So it's like you have to keep surrounding yourself with your dream, and then that will attract your dream faster, I believe.
Yes.
I would say community. That brings me up to community, having that community.
The
If you are an
relationship.
engineer, hanging out with other engineers.
You're
If you
so
are a
right.
blogger,
You be with other bloggers.
networking and communicating with other bloggers. If you're
Yes.
Christian, hanging, fellowshipping,
Exactly.
and being with other Christians.
It does.
Other like-minded
so
energies.
Yeah,
That's what it means. When
exactly.
two or more are
So
gathered,
those people will help
you
you
amplify.
Yes.
Yes.
They'll keep you on track and they'll hold you accountable.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's a huge one. That's one that I'm really working on because, you don't realize how important people are to. People really are. I firmly believe like people are meant to be around people. We're supposed to help each other throughout life. And I tell y'all this in like one of the other podcasts. Like I always think I could do everything by myself, but I'm realizing that I can't. I need people.
Yes.
Good people.
So it's
Yes.
double. So to help you stay focused, if you don't have those people, you need to get those people in your lives who
Right.
will motivate you, inspire you, and hold you accountable. And if you do have people in your life who are doing the opposite, you gotta cut them out.
And that leads us right into our next solution.
I
Only
say this
keep
first?
positive relationships.
You gotta cut it.
Cut it. Cut it. Cut it. Cut it. Cut it. So that's what y'all got to those relationships. Y'all have to cut it. Sung by yours truly, Inspire Fire cover.
Oh, wait, what's the next solution?
It's actually keeping positive relationships. Even though we kind of just tackled it, which we can
did.
dive a little deeper into it. So,
Yeah. Let's dive into this thing then. Well, I've been very blessed to have like mostly inspiring, great people in my life, as y'all two are sitting right here in the bed with me. But I know that it could be toxic, and like I remember in high school.
no name dropping.
No name. Even though this person's a really good person in the heart, you know what I mean? But I could not be around her. I would be doing some ridiculous out of the box things that I do not do, like going this.
All out of your character.
All out. I was saying things. I was nasty things I wasn't supposed to be saying. I was dating people I was not supposed to be dating. I was seeing people.
And
that
that's
was not
why
supposed
your
to be
parents always be like, they always want to meet your friends and watch your company. Birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Yeah, birds of a feather flock together.
Yes.
Right. And that could really like ruin your reputation if you like stay with those people too long. Like people gonna start thinking that you are like them.
Exactly.
I guess you really can't be friends. I don't want to say friends. You can't really just really be
consume yourself with that type of energy,
right?
Because
they'll drag you in.
Yes, like Earl Nightingale said. I think this was Earl Nightingale. Well, I be getting everybody confused. So one of these famous philosophers, I don't want to misquote anybody, but he stated, if you have 10 broke friends, Les Brown said this, then he's like, no, if you have 9 broke friends, guarantee you are bound to be the 10th broke one in that group. Like,
true.
So if you don't want to be broke, and like it goes back to what Kobe was saying, you need to surround yourself with people with, like, if you think about it, people, friends and social groups are like similar. They correspond with the income of their social groups. Not if they're family members, it might differ because you have all different sorts of people in the walks of life.
But even still in your family, sometimes it's really hard to get out of that. If your family's poor, it's really hard to get out of that.
Exactly. And
it's like almost impossible. There's like a statistic that shows it's really hard to go.
Okay, now that you said that struck up something in my mind. I think that's like, if you want to get on like a spiritual level, that's generational curse. Because
don't you better hit it. That's so true.
And I want to say that because it's the psychology of the family. That's why they say, even if you want to go, since we're talking about habits, if you want to go to, like, a lot of people, a study say or prove, quote unquote, that a lot of diseases and health issues are in correspondence with genetics, which is not true. It's the tradition that has been passed down in the habits.
It is.
Like, okay, so if your mother always made the Kool-Aid on Sunday and y'all made fried chicken, even though it be tasting good as hell,
y'all gonna have diabetes
and y'all got cornbread every day. Yeah, so why do you think that you have high? Yes, the reason why high blood pressure and diabetes run in your family, because the habits run in your family. And so until somebody breaks those habits, then that's when will those generational curses or the hereditary diseases stop happening in the families.
That's crazy, because I don't know, I believe exactly what you said makes a complete sense, but I also heard, like, on the other hand, like, people could, like, reverse the curse. Like, people could actually change their DNA by having better habits and pass that along to their offspring.
Absolutely.
That's crazy. Like,
it is.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Change your own DNA and then your offspring will get it. Like,
yes, because they pick up your patterns. They pick up genes from the mother and the father. So that is beautiful to know that we can just change all this through our habits.
You can't. I just love that you use the word curse, because whenever we see a bad pattern in our family, me and my mom, like, if we ever see it in our family, we do call it a curse, and when we break it, we rebuke it, and it just, like, even just saying that, like, we break this curse, we bind that,
break,
like,
every chain,
right, and it alters your psychology, like,
yes,
this is broken, now I know it's broken, now I'm gonna be in a successful marriage and we're never gonna get divorced. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So you change your habits to attract that.
Exactly.
Yes.
That was beautiful. I love that.
So keeping those positive relationships, because they can alter your habits and keep you in the same pattern life cycle that you have been living.
What? That was dope.
So next, did anybody want to add to the girl? Because
that was really good. I had something, but I forgot because I was just so turned up by what you said.
All right, so let's dive. Oh no, go.
I was kind of thinking, like, we all talking about, like, we're focusing on things. We have dreams and aspirations, but sometimes people don't even know what to focus on. Like, how are they supposed to know? They don't have a focus. They're just thrown out there, like. I don't know. So has anybody ever felt that way? Like, they don't know?
And that's when I would say it goes back to being in touch with yourself.
Right.
Because because like you were saying, when you live other people's dream, you'll find yourself trying to apply or be something that you don't even really truly have a passion for. I found myself doing that. So, and it was just because I knew I was supposed to be great. I knew I was supposed to do something that was prestigious. So it's like, what fits in that category? I'm going to just be that. Instead of searching within and seeing, what do I actually want to be? Instead, I mean, it's like you get all these pressures from the outside world. You need to do this. You need to be this. This says you're successful. If you have this status quote, then you're this. But you got to strip all that away and literally go inside, talk to God, pray, ask for discernment to like reveal whatever it is. What is your calling? And it may not come overnight. But another famous philosopher said, when you hang around people that know their passion. Oh, shout out to Robert Hudstuff. He said, when you hang out with people that know their passion, chances are that's when you will pick up your passion. Not saying it's going to be their passion, but since you're going to be inspired by them to know, to gain, I guess, knowledge of self.
Right.
To know exactly what I'm good at. What do I have to offer? What am I skilled? What do I do so naturally where I don't even have to think about it? It just comes free flowing, effortlessly. And people be like, wow, how did you do that? And you be like, that was so easy to me. It didn't take much effort.
Right.
So that's how you know it's your passion, when you do it effortlessly.
I always thought about that just because I always knew from a young age what I wanted to be. I knew I wanted to be a talk show host one way or other. I'm supposed to be talking around the camera or something. And I just know people that don't have a passion. They tell me like, well, I don't know what my passion is. And so I don't really know what to say to that. Do you know your passion? Have you found it? Or like, how did you know? I'm talking to Kobe.
I think it happened over time, and just knowing, trying different things, and like, okay, no, that's not for me, and just trying and failing and trying and failing until I got it right, and I was like, okay, this feels right. This feels right.
Feels right.
This is it. This is my path.
I like that.
And I guess God put something in me. It's like He kept putting something that vision in me. And I was like, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be. Like, He will show you the way. He will.
Right. I guess you don't have to really worry about it.
Yeah, that discernment.
You still
exactly
step back.
Yes.
So you just have to listen.
Yes.
You just have to sit back.
I agree.
And I guess that's another thing of staying focused. You gotta listen and not be distracted by all this hoopla going around.
Right.
What's next?
Alrighty, so we gotta be disorganized.
Ooh.
Organized.
Lord help me.
A lot of us just waking up out of our beds and just saying, I'm gonna go with the flow.
Lord, I am a product of the flow. Let's just go with the flow. Y'all know this.
But you know what they say? People that do that and live like a spontaneous lifestyle like that, they're the most creative people in the world. They create some of the most beautiful pieces of art. I was doing some research on that. They create the most beautiful pieces of art.
Right.
But still, we're not encouraging people not to be disorganized. But you might have a gift. But if you control that gift, you can really, really blow up.
Right.
Put a little organization on it.
You know what? I don't know if this is a tip or not, but I think I was listening to Gary Vee, and he was saying, I don't know if it was Gary Vee or not, but I'm always listening to him, so I'm thinking it's him. And he was saying, like, you need to put people in the place, and people, like, who's in your group, in a place where wherever your weakness is where their strength is. So I know, like, with me, y'all know I'm not really organized, even though I really want to be organized, but y'all help me stay structured. Like, okay, wait, Tiff, let's just get a structure. And I'm just like, no, like, can we just do the dang thing? But in hindsight, like, you need people who where your weaknesses, you need their strength. And that's like another thing about having great people around. But let's just go back to the organization.
I like that. That's so important, though. That's a gem that they definitely needed to be dropped, because whenever you have a social group, you definitely want to make sure your weakness is one of those person's strengths,
right?
Like, so you can all make a whole. It's like a team. You can't have a point guard. I mean, you can have
can't pass to nobody,
right? I ain't gonna go
yourself.
back to Kobe or whatever, but right, you can have a star player on the team, but if no one there to pass the ball or get the rebound for him,
right?
Then how will the whole union function?
Right. And I think that is another part of focusing, because once you have all these people with different strengths and weaknesses, it kind of stay focused on what the actual plan is. Because I know a lot of stuff, like, I know Jasmine told us like 1,000 times, like, hold up, okay, are we straying away from what we're supposed to be doing? Like, we doing all this, maybe we should just calm it down. And
she mean Kobe.
Yeah, the Kobe. And it's like, sometimes you need that just to make sure. You need people in place that are going to be like,
shout out to Kobe. Thanks for keeping us structured, because it's like, what are we focusing on, guys? It's like, we got all this stuff. We spreading ourselves too thin. Let's go get back to the focus. Yeah, and Tiffany be like, no, we can just do it all. And I'll be like, okay, this is what we're going to do, guys. Kobe's trying to say we need to have this, and then Tiffany will get all quiet.
No, you know what? Something I found out about myself, though, through this is like, I be like, a lot of people be telling me stuff, and it don't be like getting to me until like 2 weeks later, a year later, or like a couple days later, or like
light bulb.
That light bulb, and I be like sitting in my room or just somewhere. I'm like, dang, they was right. Like, you tripping. Like, so now I'm like, just calm your ass down and just listen and really try to understand what people are saying.
And so that brings us to our next tip of constructive criticism and listening. So
wait, I think we should go back to organizing.
Okay.
So look at my ass.
Yeah.
But we didn't get into like routines.
Oh yes. Yeah. Okay. Rewind.
But like, when you are like accomplishing your goals or your dreams, you do have to have a routine most of the time. So if you want to lose weight, you need to have a routine where you are getting up and working out at least an hour a day, or eating the right foods. If that has to be like meal prepping, things like that, you have to have a routine for. If you want healthy teeth, you have to do what? You have to brush your teeth every day.
In a routine schedule, mainly 3 to 2 times a day, or every time you eat.
You need to floss. Could even throw in some oil pulling in there.
For sure.
Like, if you have goals as simple as that, if you want a clear skin, you have to do the things that will make you get clear skin. Yeah. But those are things you have to do. You have to have a routine. But even like in bigger goals, like for Inspire Fire, and I know I need to be better at this, like having a routine for your social media schedule, having a routine to meet up with your group, having a routine to write a post, to do a podcast, you know?
Right, to schedule appointments with clients.
Exactly. It all has to be. It can't just be everywhere. And I just know like that consistency and that routine will help you get your dream faster than you can even expect it.
Absolutely.
We see it all the time. We see it like on YouTube. We see all these people who are now like Shameless Maya, who are now like their real bosses, and Blogalatis. Like, their consistency and their routine of putting out videos every week, 2 times a week, it made them who they are today.
So just having a schedule, utilizing calendars, whatever you need to do to stick to that routine.
Right.
Have to do it, because it's it goes to persistency and consistency paying off, and how many hours you put toward the task or the craft. That's when it will manifest in physical form. That's why even when we go to school, we take our classes in hours. How many hours you taking this semester? I'm taking 15. I'm taking 12. I'm taking 18. Because it's literally scientifically broken down. In order for you to be a master at something, that's why when your master's degree, you have to accumulate this many hours, is because from that amount of time you've studied, you would have been a master because you've put in that many hours of work. So for whatever goal you want to achieve, whatever dream you want to accomplish and turn it into a reality, you have to put so many hours toward that so it can actually manifest in physical form.
Believe it.
That's why you hate to go back to Kobe again, but that's why Kobe should put his hours in the gym. That's where the saying goes. That's what it really has substance to that. So
it's so true. Michael Jackson just didn't start moonwalking.
Right. They don't talk like on all the movies. You see all these things. You see the final product. You don't see what the build up into that becoming this big world phenomenon. Beyonce didn't just
start
slaying yesterday. She been slaying since I saw her in McGregor Park when I was like age 8.
Crazy. That's
for
so
real,
crazy.
with Destiny Child singing no.
Yes.
Like for real.
I love her.
But yeah, so definitely gotta put in hours.
All right. So I hope you guys love these gems. We're just gonna go through the solution. So y'all know the deal. Get them notepads out or your phone or whatever you need to jot down these gems right now.
Alrighty, real quick, going through the list.
How to stay focused.
How to stay focused. First, you gotta eliminate those distractions.
Boom, bow, bow.
That's first, number 1. Number 2, stop comparing yourself to people.
There's only one you.
Only one you. And if you just do you, there's no way you can lose. Shout out to Indy. Hey. Number 3, only keep positive relationships. Relationships that are empowering you and propelling you to your future. Kobe, you want to take it away?
Yes. Be disciplined. I mean, just simple. Stay focused. Do what you need to do. And be organized, which is number 4. Be organized. Number 5, create a routine with no distraction.
And lastly, ask yourself the right questions. Right before you take action, ask yourself the question: should I be doing this? Will this help me?
Should I eat that dang cupcake?
Will that cupcake help you get slim and fine?
Slim looking like Tiana Taylor or whatever.
Right. Oh, nah. So then, put that cupcake down if it's not going to have you on your Tiana Taylor.
She wouldn't put it down, though. Y'all been dancing like...
Oh, okay, wait. I take that back.
Yeah, she put in them dancing
that's
hours.
another, we forgot about that. Put in those hours.
Yes, put in the hours. Okay, so, actually, we got to add one more to this. And
I have one to add, too.
Add like 3 more. Okay, well, we're gonna add a couple to this list. And keep yourself surrounded with people and relationships and things that surround you. I mean, hold on, guys. Okay, that not surround you. Surround yourself with things like
people. You need to be fully surrounded.
Right.
Remind me of that Chance the Rapper song. Angel.
Okay. You want to surround yourself with people and relationships that empower your vision. Not surround you. And Tiffany.
And hold you accountable.
Yes.
I love that.
Tiffany, go ahead and add those last.
My last one, I don't know if it's a tip or not, but if you want to get your dreams, get your goals, you just gotta do all of this. If you really want to get your goals, you have to go hard. You got to hustle. You have to do what you need to do to get it. Because it's like, it's not going to come to you. It is not going to come to you.
Right.
You might even have the talent. But if you don't put in the work, there's so many people out there, that can rap, that can sing so beautifully. Better than Beyonce. I'm sorry, Beyonce. But better than Beyonce. But they ain't putting in the work.
Right.
They ain't putting in the work. And some people don't even have the talent. And they going hard. And they still make it.
I like to just do a little quick elaboration. Why do you have to put in the talent? Well, because when you put in the work and the talent, God has no choice but to meet you halfway.
Right. Right.
And then when he meets you halfway, that's called a blessing.
Right.
Yes.
And that's like faith. If you're going so hard for yourself, God's like, dude, hey, she's like,
exactly.
she going hard. That must mean she know that something's coming.
Right.
Like, you have to.
Faith, like you said, something's coming.
Right.
Faith is knowing. You know that God is coming.
Right. So, like, we're not doing, like, right now, we're not doing this work for no reason. Like, we know that one day soon, we're going to be great. We're not
already
here.
done.
It's already done.
You just have to put in the work.
Right.
It's going to happen.
Ooh.
It's going to happen.
When this flat tummy going to happen, though?
When you put the cupcakes down.
I just love them so much. All
right. Thank you all so much for tuning in with us. Peace and love, Royal Ones. We got to end with some affirmations.
Affirmations only.
3 affirmations, guys.
I know I deserve the abundance that I have and that is coming.
I am focused on being the best version of myself.
I am the best version of myself.